Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to build an eye. I'm going to go over here to create polygon sphere. I'll hit F. Um, Now right now my eye is like a centimeter by like a centimeter. Um, on average, they're about 2.4 centimeters. So if I just take the scale here and I hit 2.4, I'm about in the average zone. Okay. My grid looks funny because I have my display set up to 210 and 1. So when I'm modeling real world, everything looks a bit better to me. Anyway, next thing. I just want to go in here and I want to reduce some of these subdivisions I have. Subdivisions and axis. Let's pull this down to say 16. Okay. It's all about getting rid of that cat's ass up here. The 20, we'll leave that for now. I would like it if everything was kind of squarish. I'm just going to grab these edges as I go up here. Maybe I'll stop right around there. And I'll go backwards down here. And let's see, somewhere right around here I'll stop. Let's see if I can do... Oh, I did double. So I'm just going to hold on shift to grab this one. And I'll get rid of that one there. Okay, great. And I'm going to hold down control, right click, edge loop, and delete. Boop. Gone. Okay. Now I'm just going to go up here and kind of correct this area here. We have a problem with cat's ass. You're going to notice this area is stressed out and it's going to have a funny little speck hit on it. So I'm just going to come in here and I'm going to grab every other one. Like this. I'm leaving the kind of the crosshair edges and I'll delete those. And I'll get my multi-cut tool and I'll cut from here to say here, here to here, here to here, and there to there. And I got quads. I got a bad case of the quads. You can hit 3 and just check and make sure everything looks nice. Great. Then I'm just going to grab, say, these vertices right here. That's vertice, and I'll go to faces, and I'll hit grow selection. Now this area might stretch out a little bit, so I might decide to go in here and hit extrude, and I might offset it and bring it in. Okay, when I offset it, maybe this wasn't such a hot idea. Actually, it worked better when I did it before, so I'll just go in here and I'm just going to hit the scale tool. I'll get something like what I'm looking for, and I'll pull it up a little bit. Okay, and that's rounding out. I'm getting some kind of like stretching here, like this edge here is, this face is kind of stretched. It's very rectangular. Okay, maybe I don't like that. If I go into the mesh tools and I hit the insert edge loop tool, if you hold down shift when you do it, boonk, it'll pop, and it just went in and kind of corrected this here. I'll just undo that, make sure everybody's seen that. Boonk, there. When you hold down shift, it's like a little magic hotkey that it basically goes over here and it turns on insert with edge flow. Okay, and so if you get any kind of weird, kind of stretchy ones like right here, that's a good example of maybe one. Actually, I deleted that one already, didn't I? Maybe I'll leave it that way. Okay, so now I'm happy and I know it. By the way, this area up here too, if you want to kind of relax it even more, because this is kind of a little bit of a stressed out face here. If I go in here and I grab the vertices to, oh, not that, I want to go in, I'm holding down control, not shrink selection, I want to grow my selection. And I'll hit G, and then if I go up to, say, the surface menu, and I go into the sculpt geometry tool, with those selected vertices, I can just go ahead and put on the relax feature and hit fluid. There. Okay, and that should be nice. Also, keep in mind that this area kind of bulges out a bit, so I'm just going to go and hit B. B turns on your soft selection. If you hold down B and you middle click and you drag, you can play with your soft selection a little bit. I'll see right around there. And this area kind of bulges out. Okay. And I think I'm happy now. Yeah, I'm happy-ish. And anything else down here? I could do the same thing to this bottom area down here if I just go in and grab these edges. I don't think actually, you know what? I'm going to leave this because no one's ever going to freaking see that area because that's behind the eye. Let's just go and hold down J, rotate it like 90 degrees. And actually, I did the wrong degrees here. Let's go the other way just because. There. I was just looking down here and looking at Z, so I might as well just keep it all kind of in the family here. There, and I'm going to freeze the transformations, kill the history. Let's see, what else is the next thing I got to do? So the eyeball, we need to have a few different parts for the eye. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this eye here and I'm going to make a duplicate. So I just Control D. Actually, you know what? Before I do that, let's go back to this first one here. Let's just call this eye. Okay. I'm going to make a duplicate. The duplicate, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to scale that a wee bit. This one I'm going to scale it in just a tiny bit. Okay. Okay. And let's see. This area here, we're probably going to put a transparency map on that area. Oh, you know what? Before I do that, just hold on a second. I got to be sneaky. Got to think a little bit ahead because I'm going to keep using parts from this over and over and over again. So if I go over and I look at my UVs right now are kind of default sphere UVs. So let's go to, say, the front view. And I'm just going to hit this with UV, and I'm going to hit it with camera base. Boop. Okay. And then if I take a look at this, you're probably not going to see this back area of the eye, right? So I'm just going to hit B and turn off my soft selection. I'm just going to grab that edge and I'm going to hit cut. I put a little shelf up here. If you look under view, custom shelf, you hold down Control and Shift, you can pop up your own custom shelf. I usually use those 5 little things: cut and move and sew, merge, unfold or unwrap, and actually it is unfold, and that is layout. So I've got that, and let's just grab the UVs here, double click, and you get that, and I can go ahead and hit unfold. And this back area back here, I can hit unfold on that, and no one's ever gonna stinking see this. So I'm gonna make it really stinking small. I'll move it right up here. Let's take this one, double click again. I'll just scale that down a bit. Something I've noticed kind of weird is sometimes when you hit unfold, this doesn't lay out the way you would think it would. So I just grabbed a UV and I grabbed it. It's right there on the side. And so that means that if I was laying this out, oh, I can't see it because that. I just want to see this. There we go. So it looks something like that. Okay. Yeah, so if I select these UVs, you'll see that they're right here on the side. Okay, because sometimes I notice them spinning around when I was hitting unfold on them. Okay, so that should be good. And let's just delete the history. Alt-Shift-D was the hotkey I just hit. Now I'm going to do the thing where I go in and I make a duplicate. And I'm going to scale it down slightly. Okay, and this one will be for my scleria, I do believe, and then the outside is the cornea. And then if I take this and I make another duplicate, let's get rid of this thing, and I'm just going to isolate it for a second. And this one here, we're just going to go in and let's change the name to Iris. Iris. Okay, I'm just going to kill the history. And I'm going to go in and I'm going to get rid of a bunch of faces on this thing. Grab these things, and I hold down J, and J decided to go flat on me because somewhere on the scale tool, prevent negative scale is on, which is a stupid setting. If I hold down J, of course. Okay, well, fine. I'll just pretend that it still works. Just going to go in a little bit like that. And then I can take this and I'll move it inside of here. Actually, it looks a little bit large. I might have picked a bit too much area here for this. And remember, you just grab that face, double click on this one. There, I got that whole unit. And let's pull this forward a bit. Okay. Okay, and what else don't I need on here? If I take a look at this thing and I go in and I grab, say, let's grab, oops, and now I've got the scale tool triggering here. There, grab those faces, and I'm going to grow selection, grow it again, hit G, and then I'll extrude a little bit, and I'll just scale these down a bit more. And I'm going to delete all those inside faces. Okay. That's interesting. So when I take this whole unit, and let's just switch to the scale tool. There, that's what's going on. I was trying to use them, still the move, scale, rotate tool, and I was getting some kind of weird issues. Okay. And so now I got my iris. And what else do I need in here? I need to be able to get a, what's the word I'm looking for? Some kind of back in here. So I'm going to make another duplicate. I'm going to bring this down a bit. And let's get rid of some faces on this thing. If I go in and I'll just isolate it really quickly, grab the faces, this one, double click here, delete there. And I'll just take this thing and I'll make it inside out. Great. And this is another one of those things that no one's ever going to freaking see, but whatever. Okay, it's inside. And this here, if I go in and hit this, what's this going to be? That's going to be my retina. Okay, the back side of my eye. I'm just going to make this dark. And this one here, that's my outside, so that's going to be my cornea. And then this one here is going to be the sclera. Uh-oh. Am I having spelling issues? I might be having spelling issues here. What is it? It's S. Oh, this is my weak spot. Sclera. There. I think that's it. Okay. Yeah, my mighty weak spot. I can't spell for beans. I love spell check. Okay, so I got everything set up here really nicely. Anything with the UVs? Actually, with the UVs, so this thing here, let's just go and take a look at this. This thing's going to be predominantly black. So I can go in here and grab this, and I can make it a bit bigger. And you'll figure out where to put it, right? Like I might just go and knock it over here. Great. This one, this is looking pretty good. What if I grab everything and I'm just going to go there. And what have we got? The iris. There's the iris. That's the one that I'm concerned about. This one, let's just go one there. I'm just going to make it a bit bigger. I'm probably going to have to distort this and make it fit with my UVs, but I'll stop, I think, right around here because I've got most of the modeling and the UVs laid out. Actually, maybe I'll take these puppies here and I'm going to move those over too. These ones are going to kind of basically share the same texture with this one over here, so I could almost, because for the bump and things like that, but that should be good. And what about this one? Just going to take this one. This one's going to be dark, and I'm going to pop it over 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm popping it over in different human spaces. So if I go back to object mode and I grab everything, there, it's not sitting directly on top of each other. This one may be a little bit big for what I intend, but this is where I should stop. And actually, maybe before I get too much further, cornea, sclera, iris, I might do an evil trick. Actually, let's do this evil trick inside of... Well, actually, you know what? Everything's sitting in the center right here, right? So if I got it all selected, if I just go edit and I hit group, and I can call this group I geo underscore GURP. There we go. And everything's really organized over here, and you can see it over here too. Yay! And I'm going to stop here.